Soldiers just took over an American family's home in the occupied West Bank, used it as a military position for 3 days, kicked their feet up on the couches, moved furniture around, blasted the AC, and then moved on to another American-owned home right across the street when the power went out at the first house. This all happened within the last 72 hours, and the families who I spoke with said they still have not gotten a clear explanation as to why any of this was allowed to happen. I FaceTimed with Julie, the owner of the first home, who said that when the soldiers arrived at their front door, she and her husband were actually in the US, so they answered through their Ring camera. Julie said that once her cousin opened the door, the soldiers essentially just moved into the home. Their only explanation was that it was a closed military zone. And you can see in the footage on the cameras that were on inside their home of the soldiers just kind of lounging around the furniture. They were moving chairs up onto the roof to sit up there. But then once the soldiers realized that there were cameras, they unplugged them or turned them off. After 3 days of being in Julie's home, the power eventually went out. And from there, the IDF soldiers moved across the street to another American family's home in the occupied West Bank in the village of Termasiah, except this family was home when they arrived. A highly respected American doctor, he and his wife were then forced out by the Israeli soldiers out of their home, and the only explanation given, as it always is it's a closed military zone. Those 3 words are said constantly throughout the occupied West Bank. Whenever they want to do something, that's the explanation: closed military zone.
They gave us to take all our luggage. He said, "You're not coming back. We don't know how long we're going to stay. Ask all your family, none of them should come to the house. It's a military order, and you make sure not to come back until we give you an order."
Just imagine this for a second: a foreign military showing up at your home without warning, ordering you out, and then not giving a clear explanation as to why. And on top of all of this, these are American citizens whose taxpayer dollars have been funding this foreign military for decades. But for these Palestinian Americans, a U.S. passport or even American flags flying above their homes really provide little to no protection. It doesn't make a difference. No protection.
All right, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rekah, Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops of the great millstone who taught us this truth. And and this what happened. I think they said it was in West Bank, which is over in that area, Middle East, as they call it. Okay, so, and they said that American citizens had homes that way, and these soldiers just came and ran, squatted in their place, basically. So that's what they're doing. They squatters, as they call them, whatever, And the crazy thing about it is, the scripture go into that, And with them, the IDF is a part of the United States military. I think they said they was allowing them to overrun the U.S. Military. So basically, the United States military is the IDF military. Okay, so imagine when they come out with their plan to, invade this place, because that's ultimately what it is. Because last that I heard, they had a lot of those guys that was part of that the ICE. Okay, so with them being part of ICE, which they doing what they supposed to do, oppress a man and his heritage. They still doing that. What it's then is now. Okay, so when they come full-fledged, against you American citizens, you're gonna, hey, I don't think being an Edomite, so-called white man, or woman, or child is gonna have any benefits like in this situation here. They were so-called white people, and they had the IDF to come crash their spot. So let's get a couple of scriptures. This is 2nd Ezra 16:70. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." It says, "They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So, you know, this same thing that's going on over there is going to go on over here. Okay? And, you know, they're just not just going to cash you out your house. You know, like the scripture said, they spoil and destroy those who fear the Lord. You know, because some of us going to have to be, you know, maybe put into concentration camps or what have you. So, and the crazy thing about it is, you know, how you that, well, it's not crazy, but it's showing you who actually runs America. You know, it's not who you think it is. You know, this place is a corporation, and it's ran by the central bankers, man, which are the small hats. You know, and they over in Israel too. So, you know, they giving their marching orders to Israel, and you know, and Israel is you know, marching all over the United States and using them like a cheap whore. Okay, and the scripture go into how this is the whore that ride upon the beast. You know, but you know, this whore is being controlled, you know, by you know, the shadow behind the curtain. Okay. So then the crazy thing about it is, you know, you still have people that's, you know, willing to sacrifice their life for this place. You know. Yeah, so hey man, this place is you know, circling the drain, you know. So hey, I can look forward to some major to happen, man, so where they can, you know, put these people in order to come against this place all together. And you're gonna have Edomite against Edomite, you know, because a lot of those people over there, you know, are enemies to the Edomites here. You know, they don't like them. They think they're different, but they the same people. Okay, they call themselves the Who's, but put a J in front of it. But you know, it is what it is, man. You know, we're just doing the reporting and showing you how this place is crumbling and the things that it's going through. You know, I just wanted to bring out this information here and bring out, you know, one or two scriptures concerning this situation here. So, you know, hey, whew, it's going down. So, hey, with that being said, till the next time, Shalom.